Mademoiselle from hell.
Compadre.
Oh, God. Hey.
You're weak, I interrupt.
Speak up.
Don't taunt. Am I not talking to CR?
You want me to piss on a rock star?
Poet, this is your mission. You don't want to blow it? Listen. I understand you live in land where rain, hurt, and without a prayer, clarification is known. But if you just complain, the whole overt operation is blown. She awaits you on the fire escape. Convince the Empire that it is the new dawn of the mixtape.
Not to be rude. I'm just not really in the mood for a nonchalant blues jam.
You shan't refuse.
Ah, goddamn.
There will be plenty that will try to have the vision depleted. You have an hour and 20 to have this mission completed.
Yeah, that sounds cool and old school, but I gotta be making love under heaven above.
You should fuck. Good luck.
The East Van Abbey presents The Bonfire and
An open book upon the grass. Oh, look, there's my ass. The weather's not worth controlling when you can stand here like a smuck. Now the cameras are rolling, and the skyline's cloudy as fuck. I just stepped in like a golf pro to make soup out of this stony broth. 'Cause the dancer was a no-show who's gonna be twirling this big blue cloth. But here's my movie thing. It's a bunch of gospel hymns having sex. I don't know if Shakespeare could sing when taken out of context. Confinement without jailers was a weird and quick study where my songs swore like sailors and a ghost became my drinking buddy. Here stands a musician who was taken off the road, who stuck with the decision to live by an old thieves' code. Only take what you only take what you only take what you Oh, you find at the end of the day you got a mouth full of gossip and a heart full of greed. Only take what you give the people what they give the people what they give the people what they You find at the end of the day you got chitter chatter on your lips and you ain't done one good deed. Give the people what they Oh, take what you make sure you take what you make sure you take what you Oh, you'll find at the end of the day you ain't got a lover to uncover. Indeed, make sure you take what you This people gonna give you what you people gonna give you what This people gonna give you what And you'll find when night falls the shackles been shattered and your heart's been freed. This people gonna give you what you only take what you only take what you only take what you only take what
With a camera, there's a cold, round eye. Just watch it. imagination, your own sense of proportion, what you
After seeing a shitty poster for a gig, when does the necessary evil outweigh the good it does? Is it really evil or just not good? If the opposite of not good isn't evil, what is it? Guess you gotta get there. Or it's just a good idea with bad follow-through. Not perfect, it's not bad. It's just not perfect. So it is. Or so it could be, depending how resilient and how far without restraint to the edges of urgency you will have that envelope licked and pushed up close to the moist nose of the lion, eyeing exactly what this world needs, a healthy dose of. Controlling how your ideas are portrayed and presented is a villainized and envied art form. Discouraged in times when Ale Boumier greatness is just a fairy tale, regurgitated to computer children and poo-pooed upon, barely keeping their head above the storm resumes of the old. Mediocre motions with a menthol. Mediocre emotions with a menthol. Mediocre emotions with a menthol. Well, I guess. Mingus Nas. Get there. Flat out. Or you just a good idea with no follow-through. This will drive everyone around you who's lazy, crazy, and who's insecure to remain house-proof. Change will require upheaval. Not every empire is evil. Peeking over ledges, you've seen tenacity's fate, standing on the edges between good and great. Bam. Take one last swig, slam it on the coaster. Damn. Don't judge a gig by its shitty fucking poster.
I think there's so much left to the imagination. There was a room, there was shadows, there was a poetry to the whole concept of these people. They were like, there was something to that they were unreal. They were in the realms of poetry and fairyland, you might say. And they never were an actual reality. Now there's so much that is realistic. There's very little left in the imagination.
You know, songs are only half finished when they're recorded.
Store was closed on Sunrise East, and I wanted to stuff cigarettes into an ashtray. So I wandered a little further up the block. I was just trying to stay out of people's way. And I just did one of those crowdfunding campaigns, and I gave it my best sales pitch. But I started to feel like a politician. I was seeking contributions from the red, and I might be going a little bit crazy, sitting on the edge of my bed. can't get her out of my mind, Lord. And I just can't get out of my head. And the word came down this morning at the break of day. The word came down this morning on the 24th of May. Well, it's interrogation at Sunday. The authorities, they poke and they prod. But the sky is Matisse mixed with Mozart. I feel like I'm surrounded by God. I should let these bad feelings go and just focus on the music biz. But they keep showing me these mugshots. They wanna know who the next culprit is. I lost all my contacts with my new phone, but still they text me day and night. I don't know who any of them are, but still I'm compelled to write. And the word came down this morning at the break of day. Yeah, the word came down this morning on the 24th of May. Down Highway 15 you hit a village that's far from a thriving artist hub. But I just did Kingston up proper. I did my book launch in a seedy strip club. And Marcelli tagged a urinal, put it in an art gallery, called it the Fountain of Youth. They shot a movie once in Gordy, and my hometown is living proof. I was in a bar one night on the Bowery. I looked up and saw David Bowie had died. Like Prince, the straight life just ain't for me. Just ask Merle Haggard how hard my mama tried. And the word came down this morning at the break of day. Yeah, the word came down this morning on the 24th of May. There are no safe bets in this life. But I can't welch. I'm gonna drink up Beyonce's lemonade and chase it with red wine and bells. And if you hear me sing this, there's a good chance I watered the whole thing down. 'Cause I'm keeping a little just for me. As I spread myself around. And it's good to be alone. That's a statement I can almost believe. But you gotta let the blue disintegrate. Lord, now we gotta let a nation grieve. And the word came down this morning at the break of dawn that a man from my hometown would soon be moving
I feel like that's what's going on every night. You're still trying to finish this song.
Commercial Drive.
Le verrouillage du cœur de la bohème.
Once upon a time, there was a street in East Van. Magic was around every corner, and a poet with a master plan. I don't care. You got a grand piano. You're not gonna give me the kids to land on. I never been in too much of a hurry. Just spend my Saturday night in some strip club in Surrey. 'Cause I love this bohemian situation. I'm addicted to a sort of dirty heart. It's gotta be commercial drive. I said it's gotta be commercial drive. You wanna drive with me? Wow, she's a drunk. Said you wanna bang me? I said, come on now. You live in Fort Lane. She was a sexy nurse. Would've been good for my health. But I couldn't make it up to Maine and 12. 'Cause I love this bohemian situation. I'm addicted to this side of dirty heart. It's gotta be commercial drive. I said it's gotta be commercial drive. If you wanna drive with me, ooh.
not saying we'll burn every bridge. I played Chilliwack, how I played a church in Maple Ridge. I've been around the world, the train is glory bound. You're not gonna find me a swing bar in Yaletown.
Oh, 'cause I love this bohemian central.
You got a grand piano.
There was the tears and there was the laughter, and they lived happily then and forever after. Amen. Pretty simple funeral arrangements. Don't let any poets read their run-on too long dribble about me when I die. If they must speak, tell them they have to sing a cover off Kenny Rogers' greatest hits. He didn't write them either, so don't feel too bad. Second, my lovers can have free reign on the mic. These are the outbursts of awesome. I wish I could stick around this temple long enough to overhear. Squatted in the shadows of immunity. Ghetto blaster queued up, resting on the cold shoulder of Mark Twain's original gangster. Not all will speak of me favorably. Some will show me in an unkind morning light. This is no matter. They'll be energetic and alive. Note to self, no more sleeping with over-dramatic writers from the north, full of shit yoga teachers from the east, or women from the vast wilderness of the west who smirk and laugh when I trip and scrape my elbow. Seriously, be done with that shit. And finally, find the business card of that cheap lawyer in the sharp secondhand suit who plays marimbas in Grandview Park in the early evening, alone with his sleeves rolled up after his day in court. One day a poet will sing, somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. Damn, the Rams sacked the Cincinnati's quarterback quite a lot. Between celebrity commercials during the Super Bowl and Dr. Dre and the new Furious 5 showed us since 1982 that hip-hop's been the new rock and roll. I remember when the Olympics were being held in Russia. Now they're bombing civilians where Ukrainian flag is flown. And Neil Young picked a fight with Joe Rogan and Spotify. And most of my friends got Pfizer and a booster of chromosome. And it's the new
king of late night, Jimmy Fallon. As we all tweet our opinions by the gallon. From Miley Cyrus's outfits to the verdict of Woody Allen. There is a big rig trucker convention in our nation's capital. And there's a 3-part documentary about Kanye West on Netflix. And that country and western trio from Dallas, Texas. They dropped the Dixie and are now the chicks. Around here, the rent just got a little too high on commercial. And Fort Langley just turned into a tourist trap. My friends know I kinda look like Hannah Gatsby, but I got a Dave Chappelle haircut under this newsboy cap. It is the new king of late night, Jimmy Fallon. As we all tweet our opinions by the gallons. From Miley Cyrus's outfits to the verdict of Woody Allen. They're showing Godfather Part 1 and 2 at the end of the month at the Rio Theater. And Mighty Mike McGee is coming for a visit from San Jose at the end of May. Frederico's didn't make it through the pandemic. And there's a for sale sign in the window. Cafe de Soleil. Tropicana orange juice is on special, super value. Not the cash, you got the rumor rags and the TV guide. I no longer have to wear a mask, they say, in public. And my friend Shappy and Dallas Good just died. And Ellen DeGeneres bids farewell. And we've all silenced our rebel yell. And update our statuses with opinion. Instead of having a story to tell.
Have you looked up Tom? He's not supposed to be back either, but he had some sort of break.
No, I haven't. How's it been?
Good, he misses you a lot.
Tom.
Uh-huh.
1962, a time of innocence and family values. The invention of the yo-yo and the hula hoop. Two mothers or two dads watching over the little Rugrats. Enjoying a barbecue on a hot summer's day. Taking in the local watering hole, with children sleeping well, knowing their two moms or two dads love each other very much. Men with men, women with women, as God intended it to be. But there is a dark menace to our society lurking in the shadows, in the underbelly gutter, going against nature, going against the grain of salt. Dirty minds are at work in our city. Ones who are physically attracted to the opposite sex. These straight couples have no sense of morals or human decency. They are threatening our way of life and are a blasphemy to the way God intended us to love one another.
I grew up in a small town, and like everywhere else, everyone was gay. Two men holding hands, and two women taking their kid to the park to play. Now to the high school dance, I got asked out by Big Jim. He was on the football team. Everyone said he was dreaming, and my two moms really liked him. Now each night at dusk, my two moms would walk a golden retriever. That's when I discovered the records of Joan Baez. And they watched their favorite lesbian sitcom, Leave It to Beaver. I was getting pretty suicidal in this gay little town with no underground community I could see. So I bought a one-way ticket to New York City.
I was looking forward to going away for college. Town, people. Sets up my mind a bit. I'm straight.
No, you can't do this. This is crazy. It's
What,
a phase.
You like women?
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
then
different.
I like
different.
women. We're the same. You should understand how I feel. What? I'm not gonna feel ashamed. I like women.
No. You can't do this to us.
My friend was there in the big city that I saw. She was sitting across from me at the bar, hair down to her neck in a sleeveless shirt. In the club, on stage, someone strummed the guitar. Now, she caught me looking at her, and ashamed, I quickly turned away. But then she slid up, she put her hand on my thigh, and she whispered in my ear, "You know, sugar, it's okay." And this guy comes up behind her. They kiss, and then she left holding his hand. And they did it right out in the open. I was like, this has gotta be the promised land. Bright lights and big city hasn't gotten to my head. Oh, I won't return home with a drug addiction. But baby, I found that heavenly dynamo connection entwined in a woman's body in a hotel in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, you like women. It's just a phase. You know, you're in college. You're experimenting.
I have a girlfriend.
No.
I'm not gonna feel ashamed. I'm not gonna feel guilty ever again.
You're taking drugs.
Of course I'm taking drugs.
Yeah, well, I've heard that acid does some weird things to your head. You said you wouldn't take acid. Like that really messes up a mind.
That has nothing to do with who I find attractive and who I want to spend my time with.
This is the end of your life.
I've loved women my whole life. And now it's just come crystal clear to me that I don't have to hide anything anymore.
Come on, baby. Over there in kids, and my lover looks so good in a new bikini. So I started caressing and sucking her tits, cause that tastes better than sauerkraut or zucchini. They have a sexy staycation that'll go to great lengths. Just fuck my lover on the beaches of the Spanish Main. On the Spanish Listen, they're just getting naked and camera searchers screwing under a beach blanket turned into a toga. A cop started yelling, hey, what the hell you two doing? I said, come on, man, little thing I call East Van Yoga. I gave a land acknowledgement to the Musqueam people. I gave thanks for letting me fuck my lover on the beaches of the Spanish Thank goodness Gregor Roberts shooed them away, saying, coppers, it's love, just let him be. I was buried in her muff, but I heard her say, a happy planet juice about to flow out of me. She came like the crashing waves, I gave her clit a couple of spanks. Fucking my lover on the beaches of the Spanish Banks. Some women taking selfies on the beach, and her and I didn't notice a little photo shoot till my ass showed up on the internet looking like a peach, and her fingers all up in my luscious fruit. They try to shame us on Twitter, not on my watch, Tom Hanks. Life's a box of chocolate and fucking your lover on the beaches of the Spanish Banks. On the Spanish Banks. The moral of the tale is life is short, you gotta have a little fun. I'm not waiting for a rainy day for my harmonica to wail. I'm kicking back, watching this reverse cowgirl ride into the setting sun. Like Picasso in Paris, over the sound of German tanks. I'm fucking my lover on the beaches of the Spanish Banks. On the Spanish Banks. On the Spanish Banks. That's the beach over there in Kitts. Can I do it? Let's do it, come on, we can do it. I left the desk in the spare room to be ravaged by a handsome scholar. Unavoidable heat score writes his graduate thesis on the back of non-refundable train tickets. Sitting by Mrs. Old Age, who loves to talk about everything all at once, a 1956 monologue, sad wet dog, still curious, wagging her tail. As we leave the station, the toothless outlaw still hanging from the noose. A reminder to locals and visitors alike, an owl can turn its head counterclockwise, but its wings are criminal in these here skies. Spare rooms are most attractive when you arrive and as you leave. As I grab my suitcase, your desk played a silent note, like a diamond earring dangling from a peasant girl pretending to be a princess, or a TV on mute, glowing with the historic images of those black leather pioneers of rap, or a photograph of my grandfather, who I never knew. So step back, schoolboys. Don't make me say the Lord's Prayer backwards with a nervous lisp, showing you to your horror that it's true what you feared all along. God has never been anything but a distant train whistle. I once was a fugitive, a little while back. I still can't remember walking away from the keys of that brand new Cadillac. Oh, I remember the unplugged laughter, the from the audience gong show. And in the end, I hope I was some kind of friend, but I had my own road to go. As soon as I saw her, I knew she was trouble. But I was drawn to that curly-headed gal from Montreal. In the night that Allen Ginsberg died, on a payphone on Commercial, I gave her a call. Oh, I remember those gospel spirituals and a choir on Skid Row. And in the end, I hope I was some kind of friend, but I had my own road to go. My first gig was just across the borderline for college students and dumpster divers of the United States. And for the next 5 years, we played loud and confrontational, put more miles on Polly's white van than a trucker with Manitoba plate. Oh, I remember old Sun Peaks, trying to get from Masses to Mac Daddy's, drunk and laughing in the snow. And boys, in the end, I hope I was some kind of friend, 'cause I had my own road to go. Monica Lee and a harmonica in the key of C. Yep, I played that jig. I heard that she just got married and has a regular Thursday night gig. Oh, I remember singing in the kitchen and being memorized by the curtain as it blew in her window. She go high and I go low. And in the end, lady, I hope I was some kind of friend, but I had my own road to go. There's a magic moment when 1 + 1 remarkable number 3. And those were my years that I attended tons of fun university. Oh, I still remember some of their great lines, trying to hold together, beatboxing and pounding on the old piano. And in the end, I hope I was some kind of friend, but I had my own road to go. Stands for. Listen close, and this one time I will explain. Stands for the crossroads, and I'm constantly standing there. If I should stay or hop this next southbound train. I remember when I first started singing to strangers, and they became people that I no. Now we reach the end, it's till we meet again. Now down the road I go.
Buttercup, buttercup.
Well, if it's not the daring master of the universe, blaring a ghetto blaster from the back of his black hearse.
Oh, do I here's a rhyme from Avery the Conceited, who disappears every time bravery is needed?
Who wrote that? Your ghostwriter or your virgin kid?
Brat. Could anyone boast being uptighter? God forbid. You're like Bruce without the pretty face.
You led me on a shitty goose chase, on a quest for ghosts, in a little city on the west coast.
I am the host with the most.
Yeah, well, why don't the G.O.D. riddle me rich?
Guy, don't be a little bitch. Was there something you wanted, or wish you could have bought?
I don't want to have anything flaunted. I just thought, when you knock on heaven's door, you didn't reach your odd brother. I prefer the metaphor where God is your mother.
Clever, but I will not apply.
Whatever, God.
Confinement no doubt has got you down. Your next assignment will be out of town. Await the call.
Yeah, that's great and all.
Confined hip-hopper in the house!
Next year, you're gonna want me to find a proper spouse.
Don't be sucky, because the writing on the wall's not what you expect. You're lucky this call was not collect.
You're teasing, you know it. Giving the command on high.
At ease, poet. Stand by.
revoir, mes amis. Pressés comme fleurs in a dirty book of poèmes. Mis dans une enveloppe de East Van Boom. Scellé avec bisous. À tous les amoureux du monde. To all the lovers of the world. Adieu.
He's got one more in him.
Turn your mind off. Yup, just shut the fuck up and listen. As this song starts off soft, but Christ, it's worth the price of admission.
Well, I told this story just once before, since I've arrived back from Ontario. 'Cause it's real as it gets, just not another drunken night scenario. Some tales worth retelling. You don't always take the time in the night to sit and write 'em down. But this one starts on a quiet street, just off the beaten path of the main strip in town. Niagara Falls is the sister to St. Catharines, once removed from a second marriage. I walked into that ballroom, pushing my suitcase like a single father with a baby cat. Well, I stashed it in the corner with my guitar in my old winter coat. And I listened to my buddies' country band. They ain't doing covers, they're up there doing a song we wrote. And the place was packed on a Saturday night. And there was this old couple dancing real close front of the stage. And I bought me a beer plus 15%. My 2 cents for those trying to live off minimum wage. I left Toronto about 3 hours earlier. And Lord knows I was feeling more dead than alive. And how I feel right now is the whole reason sometimes you wander into a small town country dive. It was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, with everyone feeling so fine. It was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, a bar without a neon sign. And lucky for me, they're the best kind. Well, the band was on a 20-minute set break. And when that was over, I'll be sitting in. I ain't no outlaw country jukebox, but drop the needle and I'll make a room spin. And after I finished, I sat down and got drunk with the locals as others sat in with the band. And they made me feel at home, coming over to my table, buying me drinks and shaking my hand. Now I ain't no young country stud. Hell, in August I just turned 43, and I ain't your pool boy or shirtless handyman, though I get the fetish and sexual fantasy. But I am a man that knows women who like musicians, and we've made love in motels in the midnight hour. And most of them were aspiring poets themselves, and they did this instead of believing in their own star power. You might think this a Horace confession or of the troubadour profession. You think this an open door, tiny purr, but I want to be the friend as well as the lover, but somehow show them you gotta put in the time and do the work. But lucky for me, or maybe better for worse, tonight there was no sexual tension in the air. It felt more like a backyard barbecue, a Niagara Falls family affair. It was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, with everyone feeling so fine. It was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, a bar without a neon sign. And lucky for me, they're the best kind. Well, it was that time in the evening, things started to wind down, and the regulars started calling out their requests. Someone said, "Hey Roger, let your dad sing one." So Roger Sr. became the last surprise special guest. Now by that time of the evening, well, we all have had a couple, but he still walked towards that guitar. I must admit that I held my breath as he fumbled with the strap and gazed out at the bar. Now his son had moved over from center stage to the pedal steel, like he had done since he was young. 'Cause he got his start right here in this tavern, backing up his dad, having Johnny paychecks on the song. But now his dad was older, and shit, this could be a train wreck. And nobody could drink like his pop. And then he started singing, and he started strumming, and the whole bar turned to a pin drop. His voice, it cut just like a knife. and he commanded that stage like only legends know how. Then the pedal steel soared, and the band kicked in. I wish I could go back there right now. Screaming at the radio, won't somebody give it to me rough, rugged and raw? Watching my buddy back up his dad on this pedestal might have been one of the greatest things I've ever heard or saw. And when they finished, continue to play. But that old man just smiled behind his mask, set down that guitar, and he just walked away. Now a lot of touring acts will save a couple of their hits to play in their encore. The real deal, just look to the drummer if he's packing up his shit like it ain't no chore. Well, they called last call, so I hurried to the barkeep. I wanted to get one more whiskey before my chance was gone. Yeah, most of us took cabs home that night, but Roger Sr. parked his pickup truck right there on his boy's front lawn. And as we stood there in the kitchen eating cold pizza, I looked up to the heavens and said, Lord, it was one of those nights. Toronto, forgive me, but it was in the falls that was shining brighter than your big city lights. Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, with everyone feeling so fine. It was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, a bar without a neon sign. So my friend, that's my story. There's just one last thing that I want to say. Late the other night, I got word that Roger Sr. had passed away. And I want to send my condolences. I just don't know where to start. 'Cause what the hell could I possibly say to ease his son's broken heart and to make matters worse. I owed him a few bucks. So that filled me with self-doubt. 'Cause the last time we talked on the phone, we had a minor falling out. But of this trade of musicians who go town to town and rely on others to help them put on an out-of-town show, this one's been steadfast through and through. From falling leaves to falling snow. And we all know that change is gonna come. It's inevitable as Ontario's many seasons. Never had too many close friends. I guess every lone wolf has got his reason. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, brother, for your loss and the sadness tonight you must feel. I'm so glad I heard your dad sing that night as you backed him up on the pedal steel. Was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern with everyone feeling so fine. It was a Saturday night at the Maple Leaf Tavern, the bar without a